Take a deep breath in and let it go. One more time and let it out. And we're calling our energy back into us. And so often we go about our day and we leave bits of ourselves with the different people that we've interacted with or different situations that we've interacted with, and we want to bring it back to us. And whether we're ready for it now to take it on, or whether we just need to let it go into the earth, bring the energy in, and it can like filter down into the earth and it'll come back to us transmuted whenever it's ready to come back to us. So we're just calling in ourselves, calling us back in, and we're going to see what is our priority for healing, for clearing today, and see what it takes us. So I'm going to close my eyes and get tuned in. And so right off the bat, I get the image of like a wave coming in, and it keeps spinning and spinning and spinning. And it feels like it's the collective energy that it comes in like it's ready, but then it tumbles and it tumbles and it tumbles like you're caught in the ocean and you can't come up for air. And it's just, and you're hitting bottom, you're coming back up, and then you're coming down. And it just wipes you out. Like you don't have enough time to catch your breath. And it's taken all of you just to get up in the morning and you know, go about your day. Okay. And we kind of feeling like we need to brace ourselves and get stable and get steady and rooted, so we're not caught in that that wave, that perpetual motion, and unable to get grounded and stable. Okay, so what are we going to do to make that happen, or how does that happen? And usually it's like get your feet grounded on the earth, but this feels even more like putting your hands down on the earth and really connecting through our palms and our palm chakras, which link back up into our heart center. So going down to the earth and breathing in that earth's energy. So I'm going to do that now. And when we do that, there's an expansion, like the whole chest opens up and you're able to really get into that heart center. Hello. I cannot pronounce your first name. Sidkova Maria. How beautiful. Okay. And so we're doing a group session, and we're connecting with the earth through our hands, and that energy comes up into our arms, into our chest, and expands our whole heart center. It opens us up. So then we're able to move better with what comes at us, right? Like an athlete, like, am I going here or going there? You're more centered versus that constant getting knocked down and coming back up for air. And then we're going to center ourselves into that belly area, solar plexus, even our womb chakra, where it's all about creativity and what is calling us to be put out into the earth, to be put out to the world, to that creative gestation, like producing a baby, but we're producing whatever it is that you need to put out there. And I'm going to put my hand, this would be like on a lower back, and this is on the belly. And this area feels bloated to me at the moment. And it feels like there is stuff that we're holding onto that needs to be released. And feels like that's the small intestines. We want to clear that. We want to get that moving so we can release anything that's old and stuck and outdated. So now it doesn't feel that bloated feeling is gone. The bloated feeling is gone, and now it feels like it's in a better place. It feels like it's more agile and able to create what needs to be created. Next, we're going to move up to the chest. So this is the back, and this is, my arms are switched on screen, and this is the front of the chest. And there's just that feeling of, like, it's just like this, whatever, gosh, I've heard this enough. Like, you know, this whole love, this, you know, but there's just so much shit going on, and how am I supposed to put myself out there to people and stuff when I'm just trying to take care of me? And that's very much this feeling that's happening in this whole chest area, which then tightens up. Like, it tightens up the lungs and everything in this area. And the lungs are all about your life, your vitality, your energy that you're putting out there. And by saying I can't give and I'm fed up with all this love and people, in response, we're just tightening up our own energy and our own life force. And it grips up, it gets really tight. It also tightens up in the back, and it goes up the spine into the shoulders. So then we're feeling the burdens and responsibilities of the world on our shoulders. And then it creeps up into the head, and then we're getting headaches and tension headaches. And then we're feeling run down, because then that drops down into the abdomen, and it's again that repetitive cycle, right? That wave. This one feels different. The other wave came in, down, and up. This one feels like it's up and down, right? Same kind of concept, but the waves go in the other direction. And then we're stuck in that pattern. Okay. Hi, Jure. Thank you for coming and being here. Okay, so we're at the heart. We're at that that tightening in the chest, and just all the stuff that happens when we tighten, that furrowing of the brow. And it's time to release that and let it go, but get that tension is still there. It's not ready to let go and just be. So so what are we gonna do? We're gonna link that up into the left brain, and it almost feels like the left brain crosses over to the left side, and then the other side of the brain crosses over to, like we're crossing to both sides of the heart. And then we're looking at the occiput, the base of the skull, which connects us into that reptilian brain, that very primal self, the self, the survival self, basic instincts. And that back here goes down the spine and then through our heart and through our chest. So again, it's that tightening of the spine, upper spine and chest. We're holding our breath, and then we're going to let it go. Holding the breath, letting it go. And there's one, it feels like there's like this energetic matrix, the center of it all, that connects all these things together, that's holding on. It's like that octopus, and it has its legs kind of in all these different areas. 6 different areas: blood, bone, chakra system. So it's connecting to these different areas, and we're going to go ahead and remove that energetic matrix that is holding all this tension and all this pain. in this center space within our chest. And we are going to remove that and let it go into the cord down into the earth. And then we're going to do what I call tapping out. And we're going to tap in the head saying, hey, this is what we just did. Like, this is what's happening. Please please connect this. Please make these changes. And we're going to breathe while we do this. Then we're going to tap into the heart and we're saying, heart, remember this. We're remembering this by heart. And then we're going to tap into the belly, into the third brain, the gut brain. So it settles it. Okay. I kind of have to move around now. I just had a release in my back center, my chest. Anybody else feeling anything? Notice any movement or release in the body? Oftentimes it's just a breath. It's just a sigh. All of a sudden you're just, and that's all it takes to have a shift, something move, clear, release. Okay, so let's see what is calling our attention next. What needs to be observed? For healing, we just need to witness. We need to observe what is going on for it to be clear. And it's that simple for huge change and shifts to occur and to happen. Okay, so the next thing is a feeling of these huge weights that are put into both our hands. And like we're putting so much pressure and weight on ourselves. So we've created ourselves and we're going to be like, I want you to do this and that. And we're just putting all this pressure on our hands. We're unable to move. We're unable to do what we need to do because we're holding on to all this weight and all this pressure that we've allowed ourselves to feel that is necessary for us to hold on to. And it's almost, I have to put my other sack. It feels like two big bags of sand. So putting them both in one hand, and then there's another one that feels like it's been put around the neck, like this huge sandbag that's bringing in our shoulders and our back, and we have to carry that as well right here. And it's heavy and it's hard to carry. And sometimes we just don't need to. Hello, Logisha, thank you for coming. And so we're carrying around this heavy weight. And so what are we going to do? How are we going to let that go? I see it as simple as just taking off the weight and the weight that's in this hand and letting it go. And clearing that out. So right now we're doing a group energy clearing session that will be really helpful for the week, or anytime you need to come back and rewatch this, or if you just find it at a later date and you find it because there's a reason. This is what you need to make way, clear out the old so that you can come back fresh. Okay, and so okay, so where are we now? Where's our next priority for healing, for clearing out our energy system? So I almost see like little doorways of light, and they're really, really small, and they just keep getting smaller. And it feels like we have 3 doorways, but they're being closed, getting smaller and smaller, so we can't even see what where we're supposed to head. Like, what's our options? Like, we have choices, and but those choices feel like they're hardly there. That we can't even see what they are, and like they're being weighted down. And we're just gonna clean that. We're gonna just refresh that mental picture. It's almost like a picture, an image, or a film. And and I have an image of like a bathtub, and we need to do like clearing that out. Or maybe it's like a processing of film. Like, don't you put that in water? Um, and so then we do that, and then we bring our film back up, like these options, these different pictures, right? And we're putting those back up. So that opening up a potential, a possibility, opening up another potential possibility, opening it up. And I don't have a clear picture of each of those. I feel like it's different for everybody, but it's allowing you to have option A, option B, option C. Neither are right, neither are wrong. They're just potential for you to create what you want in your movie, in your pictures. Okay? And sorry, there's something on my finger that I got to clear off. Okay, so then we have that. And where are we taking that, or what are we doing with that? Are we doing anything with it? And it feels like we're connecting that to our third eye, our intuitive eye. So it's not such a mental thing. It's hi Amanda, welcome. Thanks for coming on. And but it's an intuitive. So we can see beyond our normal eyes, and this is how it's supposed to be, and this is how I've seen it go, and now it's more an intuitive knowing versus that physical reality. It's intuitive. So we can read behind or between the lines or behind the scenes. Like we get it, we can grasp it, we can go there as to what is possible for us. And that feels good. That feels good in the heart. It feels comfortable in the heart. We're also going to look at the throat. And it's like, yeah, that's all sounds great, good, whatever. But how do I express that in the world? Like, how do I put that out there? And it almost feels like I put stuff out, but it goes flat. I put it out and it goes flat. So here it's no longer in the wave that when we first came in, there was the wave and the other aspect of that we're getting in now. It just feels like we put it out and there's nothing. And so we're going to look at the throat. And then there's also the feeling of like, I'm shouting, I'm putting it out there. Nobody is paying attention to me. Like there's so much happening and people can't hear or take on one more thing. And I'm putting it out there and I'm getting nowhere. And there feels like so it's like this greenish blue, but it's not like all there. There's parts of it that's missing. There's also like a little red knob in the center. And we're taking out that plug. Like there's been a plug there. And there's a feeling of needing to just clear that out, clear out the throat. Almost feels like a red dragon is coming out of there. Okay. Now we're seeing this throat area, chakra area, spinning, open, clearing up. The dragon wants to be here. Dragon wants to be here to help, and it's that fiery, but it feels like it's misplaced. It's not in the right place. So we're going to put it. It's more going to be from this chest and wings, and so you can expand and you can fly, and you can feel, and it's like that rising, that fiery energy. But here in the throat, it's more of a cool energy. And it's more of a singing and a song and a flow and an ease and a grace that moves and can be heard and felt, just like music moves you, and people are able to tune into the words and the lyrics, and so they're able to hear you better. And when you speak, it's cultivated, and it's beautiful, and it's moving, and it's like colors and designs, and it's this beautiful experience. And that dragon is here, and it's able to fly. And so we want to connect those. So they are working together, but not within each other in contracts or going at each other. Now they're able to work together. So all this work that we did in the lower area, now it's able to kind of come up here into the heart and have a place to nourish and to flow. And then it continues up into the throat, where it has the dance and the weaving and the flow and the grace. And then we connect up here, and we have that intuitive vision, that intuitive knowing, that insight as to what are our potential, what are our possibilities, what is out there for us. And then we're going to connect it out through our crown, so it connects, right? We're expanding up into the universe. And it's spinning and it's open, but it's not like a big, huge geyser where you're taking everything and you're connected, and it's so much that you can't even focus. So it's bringing it in, and it's connection, but it's not like huge, gigantic waterfall where we can't even think. And then we're also looking at that root chakra that's going into the earth, and it's spreading roots, and it's connecting, and it's networking, right? And you're feeding each other. You're all getting the nutrients from the earth and the water, and that is where your connections are. So you're connected to the earth, but yet you're a clear channel for the divine. And instead of that angry octopusy matrix that was just kind of keeping everything where it was, now it's more of an opening and expansion and love that goes out from this heart center. And, and it has the wings to fly. And we're going to tap that all in. We're going to tap the head. We're going to tap the heart. We're going to breathe. We're going to tap the abdomen. And it feels oh so good. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Feels like there's one more thing here. And so the last thing feels like it's energy protection. And yes, we want to be out, and we want to expand, and we want to put ourselves out to the world, but there are a lot of, energy suckers out there. So we want to make sure that we are protected, and that our energy body around us is protected, and our Wei Qi, it's that the body's kind of fortress is nice and solid. So things that are external that comes at us stays on the outside, and that we don't take it in and internalize it and make it ours. So somebody's angry, it's just like, oh, I see your anger, but I don't take it in and make it mine. Or with the change in the seasons, we're going from summer into fall. That can affect us, and we can take it internally, and it can cause a little bit of havoc inside. So we want to make sure that we're protected so that doesn't come in and infect us. It also is works well for EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies, all of our cell phones, all of our computers, cell towers, stuff like that. We want to make sure that we're protected and then physically protected. So there's somebody that can hit a wall, walk away, no big deal. Same, different person hits the wall exactly the same way, but all of a sudden they have like a huge bruise. Their Wei Qi is very thin, it's not very strong. So we want to make sure that you are nice and protected so the external isn't coming in and wreaking havoc within you, within your system. Okay, and then we're going to tap that out as well. Heart. And tap on the belly. I don't know about you, but like my insides are vibrating. I can feel the movement, I can feel the shift, I can feel the energy. If you're feeling it, let me know in the comment. I would love to hear what you have to say. And just breathe in this clean and clear energy body. Breathe it into your body. Breathe it in and let it go. Breathe it in and let it go. Fantastic. Is there anything else for us? So that is it. And I'm just going to end. We started with the chimes. I'm going to end with the chimes.